after I finished watching it, I was like, whoa, that's mind
Yeah.
blowing. I went and told my friends about it. I went and told family about it. I said, you need to check this out. Now I have to say to them, hey, check this out. But check a film that came out 2 years later or 3 years later is exactly the same film.
Welcome back, everyone, to another Chatterbox trailer reaction. My name is Joyce, and today I'm joined by none other than my partner in crime. Welcome, Mr. P.
Hey, thank you for having me. As usual, pity the other guys couldn't be here, but hey,
Yeah,
I'm excited.
listen, we got to get this done.
Yes.
So, today we are reacting to the trailer of Maestro, which is a Telugu black comedy crime thriller film directed by Merlapaka Gandhi. This is a remake of the 2018 Hindi film Andhadhun.
Oh,
Andhadhun, remember that?
okay.
Yeah, the
Okay,
blind
fine.
guy playing the piano.
I just watched that the other day.
So this
Wow.
is the remake of that movie, and the Telugu film stars Nithiin, Tamannah, and Nabha Natesh. I am really curious to see this trailer, the Telugu version. So let's go.
Okay.
Let's see how this one turns out.
కళ్ళు కనపడకపోతే ఉండే ఇబ్బందులు అందరికీ తెలుసు, కానీ అందులో కొన్ని ఉపయోగాలు కూడా ఉన్నాయి.
How are you?
హాయ్, ఐఎమ్ ఫైన్.
Oh shit. నువ్వు ప్లే చేసిన ట్యూన్ చాలా బాగుంది అరుణ్.
బట్ సంథింగ్ ఇస్ మిస్సింగ్.
She's playing Tabu's character.
Oh.
Crab meat is an aphrodisiac. Spelling అడగండి, కావాలంటే మీనింగ్ చెప్తా. వావ్.
ఒక మర్డర్ రిపోర్ట్ చేయాలి సార్.
నువ్వు మర్డర్ చూసావా?
నేను ఎలా చూడగలను సార్?
నేను చూడగలను. పద.
అయినా ఏంటో ఈ జీవితం. సినిమాలో మర్డర్ చూడ్డానికే భయపడే నేను ఇప్పుడు మర్డర్ చేయాల్సి వచ్చింది.
Oh no, they didn't do that.
ఏమైంది?
ఎవరు ఆటో అడ్డంగా పెట్టారు?
ఆటో వెనకాల ఐశ్వర్య రాయ్ ఫోటో ఉందా?
They showed the rabbit bit as well. Let me go first. So, first things first, I don't know if you remember the trailer of Andhadhun.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
You do? Okay.
We just saw it. We basically, I know you're gonna go for it, but we basically saw the trailer. The
Yeah.
film came out in 2018.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you're telling me this person, the director from Maestro, must have gone and saw Anhanhan while he was watching it, thinking, I'm gonna remake exactly the same film while he was at the cinema and start doing production on it 2 years. Yeah.
Okay, let's put that aside for the time being. But the fact that the only thing I want to say is that if I remember correctly, the trailer of Andhadhun, like that had way more mystery around it. Obviously, that was the original, so that goes without saying. But this one, it gave away way too much in the trailer, right? But that also could be because the director is aware that, of course, almost everyone has seen Andhadhun by now, right? So they probably could get away with showing a bit more in the trailer because everyone does know what the
But if
how the
he
story
thinks
ends.
that everyone's seen it already, why remake it?
It probably is also because, you know, in the maybe in to get to a larger audience, maybe in the South, maybe specifically in the Telugu industry, they want to use actors from the Telugu industry who have a larger pull in, you know, that industry, right? So you can use the same reason why anyone does a remake. What is the need of doing remake of any movie, whether it's a Bollywood, whether it's a South Indian movie? Why do a remake?
The
The
thing
story
about
is
it,
already out there, right?
I don't mind remakes,
Hmm.
but a remake so soon. The movie came out in 2018.
Yeah, but that.
Basically, so it came out in 2018. This
Mhm.
came out is coming out in 2021. So
Yeah.
basically, they would have, as I said earlier, they would have more or less started the production while this was still on the press, while this was still generating a buzz.
Not
And now
necessarily.
he's
Not
released a
necessarily,
trailer,
though.
but he's released a trailer. The trailer basically kind of spoils the enigma, the mystery behind it. So there were certain
Not
things I
see, it's
really
not
liked
really
about it.
spoiling the enigma because pretty much everybody knows what the story is about. They've already seen. It's like when you make a movie that is adapted, that's an adaptation of a book. You already know what's in the book. You already know the story, right? But then you still go and see the movie, don't you?
Yeah, the thing about I don't know. Maybe Anhan, no offense to Maestro. Maestro might be a really good movie, but
Mm.
Anhan I thought was a classic. And I watched it and it created a buzz. I came out of after I finished watching it, I was like, whoa, that's mind
Yeah.
blowing. I went and told my friends about it. I went and told family about it. I said, you need to check this out. Now I have to say to them, hey, check this out. But check a film that came out 2 years later or 3 years later is exactly the same film. And then there were certain qualities that I didn't really like. Like I liked in Anne Had Hunt that they had an
Mm.
older woman as
Yes.
the
Yes.
this woman
Tabu
looked
was
a little bit
older
too
woman.
young.
Yeah.
And I was like, there was something about her being an older woman and stuff like
Yes.
that. And the main star in Anhan Hunt felt a little bit more quirky. I know you can't
Yeah.
tell everything from Maestro. Remember, subscribers, I'm only reacting to this trailer. But to me, I'm a little bit disappointed. The director to me could have waited at least 10 years, not straight away. I don't even
No,
think this
you
has
don't
made
have
the
to wait
shelf on
10 years to
DVD
make a
yet.
remake.
Yeah.
Firstly, okay, let's just put this whole thing behind us about Andhadhun, because of course the first thing you do would be to compare. That goes without saying, right? Like that's obvious. But even for me, I have to pretty much remove Tabu and Ayushmann Khurrana from my brain cells when I'm watching Maestro, because you obviously remember the original so well, and Tabu and Ayushmann Khurrana, they are fabulous in it without a shadow of a doubt. But when you are watching a remake with completely different actors, you have to give them the opportunity to present the role or the character with the uniqueness that they bring to the role, right?
But
Because
you
that
know,
can create a different dimension in the
but,
character.
but let me ask you something. You're an
Mm,
actress.
yeah.
Imagine you made a film
Mm.
and you're starring in a film which people think is a classic, and 3 years later somebody makes that same film again and replaces you, how would you feel as an
It's not
actress?
replacing me. My work is already out there, right?
Yeah, but then the
Someone
thing
is
about
doing or recreating the same work
3 years
with.
later,
That's
that
fine.
means,
That's fine. My work will already be there, and that's going to hold its own place. Because listen, P, that goes with any remake, not just Maestro. It goes with any remake that has been ever made in this Hollywood, Bollywood, whatever.
and you know what, one of the questions I want to ask you, does this film Maestro, is it showing the shift of power from Bollywood to South Indian cinema? Because from my knowledge, it's not usually Bollywood film comes out and then a South Indian film is remade from it. It's
Remaking
usually
is
the
the
other
other
way
way
around.
around.
So for this,
Yeah.
is it showing a shift in power, and is South Indian cinema saying Bollywood, we're the big dogs now?
I wouldn't say it's a shift in the power or anything of that sort. I think when there is a good story out there that is trending, that has done really well, other filmmakers just want to make that maybe in their own version, just so they can maybe put it out to the masses within their industry, which may be like, like I said, if Tamanna and Nithiin are doing this remake version, right, the Maestro, it probably has a different pull in the market compared to, of course, everybody knows Tabu, everyone knows Ayushmann Khurrana as well, but maybe that wasn't sort of for the masses in the South. Maybe, I'm just assuming, I could be completely wrong about it, but I guess that's the only reason people do remakes, right? Because you want to pull audiences within your industry towards that story. Why did they remake Drishyam, which was
All
in
right.
Malayalam? Why did they
Would
remake Arjun Reddy?
would you be okay if they remade Bahubali?
I am not such a big fan of remake in general. In general, I am not such a big fan of it. But as an actor, I'll be very honest, I do get curious to see how another actor plays the same role, because I do know that everyone has their own USP as an actor, and so that itself can change the dimension of the character that you're portraying. So though Tabu was amazing in Andhadhun, and she brought this, a very, like you said, she's an older woman playing the character, so that itself brings a very different charisma that she brought to the role. But when Tamanna is playing that, she might bring a completely different sass to the role, which can make it look like, see, even in acting, when we are doing roles, right, in drama school, for example, you get to see 5 to 10 different people playing the same role again and again and again. And when you do see that, you sometimes do realize how the story can completely look different because of someone saying the dialogue completely differently than how you said it. It can change the meaning of what you're saying just
But
because somebody else does it completely differently.
the thing about it, for me, from my perspective,
Mm,
I'm really getting a feel for many Indian films and
mm,
their storytelling. And I
yeah,
think there's so many stories in India that they're yet to explore from my perspective. And for me, I thought a remake of a film so soon, I thought it was a waste, because there's so many stories they could have
to be
explored
told.
that have
Hmm.
yet to be told.
Yeah,
And they've
yeah.
now taken that money and invested it in something that is already out there. I hope this is a great film, and yes, I will watch it. And obviously, I'll be drawing parallels between An Han Hun, but I just thought, you know what? Don't waste time remaking classics.
Remaking.
What are they going to do? They're going to remake Tom Bad and Gully Boy next? Come on.
You never know, right? But like I said, for whatever reason, people make remakes, and this has been going on for decades.
Before
OTT.
Netflix, Hulu, and all of these made international films more available to audiences, Hollywood was stealing all of these ideas. And if
Mm,
Netflix wasn't around and so on, I wouldn't have been surprised if An Han Hun became a Hollywood film. But
yeah,
now that everything is so more accessible, I just go, yeah, leave the remakes alone. Let us just have the beautiful
original
original
storylines. Of
content.
course, see, of course, all of us as audience would love to see original storylines all the time.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't? But for whatever reason, filmmakers do decide to do remakes. It is what it is. All right. That was our trailer reaction to Maestro. Let us know what your thoughts are about remakes. And do you enjoy it? Do you not care about it? Let us know in the comment section as always. And do not forget to like, share, subscribe, support us on Patreon. And until next time, this is P and me signing out. Peace.